Hey there YouTube, this is TheRecord84 here, and today I shall be answering questions set by the TFYTC concerning TFNation. So, let's get straight to it. First question is, what time are you getting there? I think this year, me and Jack are going to be, we're going to be on the train this year again, because he still hasn't learned how to drive yet, and I haven't learned how to drive yet, but he's closer to passing than I am because he's actually started and I haven't. But we're gonna be going on the train from. We're only in Cov, so it's not that much of a distance. So we'll probably leave his house at probably about 1:30 maybe, and so we can probably get to Birmingham for about 2:30 ish. Obviously we gotta get the buses into town as well, so we'll probably get into Birmingham out to Hilton for about 2:30. So, question number 2, what is my drink of choice? Now, for me, that's quite an easy one. For the most part, it will be things like Coke or Pepsi, whatever they've got, or just non-alcoholic things, mainly because of the price. I probably will be bringing some form of bottle of something. I'm not really sure yet. I'm not really much of a beer person, so if I do have alcohol, it'll most likely be cider. Question 3. Who am I looking forward to seeing this year? I think the main people I'm looking forward to seeing this year is members of the TFYTC. Because for all of them bar one, which is Jack, I haven't seen any of them since TFNation last year. So it'll be great to see everyone again, be great to talk to everyone again, like in person rather than, through a computer screen or whatever. It's nice to talk to people in person at these events. I look forward to seeing people again. In terms of guests, usually with conventions, whether it be TFNation or back with Auto Assembly, I'm never usually that bothered about the guests. Like, last year I went to get Nick Roche and James Roberts to sign Last on the Wreckers, but other than that I'm not really that bothered about guests most of the time. Although this year I am rather looking forward to seeing Mark Ryan, who is the voice of Lockdown from Age of Extinction, and also Jetfire from Revenge of the Fallen, and he did that little snippet of Bumblebee from the first movie. So he's done quite a lot of work in the Transformers, like the movie franchise at least. I don't know if he did any other work in any of the other series, but I'm looking forward to seeing him, and I might get him to sign my movie collection, because I've got that the collection, the box set of the 4 movies. So I might get him to sign that. I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel on the day. So, question 3 is, what is on your shopping list? Now, for me this year, I don't think I'm going to have as much money as I usually do for these conventions, so therefore my haul may not be as huge as it has been previous years. Like last year at TFNation, I got a massive haul. I spent a lot of money that year just on figures. But this year I do plan on spending more time in the bar. It's going to be less about the toys this year for me. Although I still will be, popping into the dealer room to see if I can scoop up any bargains or that sort of thing. But I'd say my main thing that I'm looking for, bit expensive, but I am looking for a Mastermind Creations Nero Rex, which that will set me back a decent amount of money. But still, I am looking for one. And also, Capal Toys announced that they were going to bring some of the TFCon exclusives, which was the Mastermind Creations Calidus Asterisk, I think, which is like the Lost Light Hot Rod or Rodimus. I'm not sure which. I haven't read the comic, but that looks quite cool, so I may pick that up if I can. The other one, the rally thing, I think it's Terragis or something. But he's like a rally version of their Trailbreaker, which I will admit it looks cool, but I don't think I'll buy it this year. I may never buy it, but it looks cool, but I don't think it's really for me. So yeah, I mean that's really what's on the list. I am kind of looking to get the last 3 moulds of TF Prime Wheeljack, that being Wheeljack, Dead End, and Wild Rider. I'd like to try and find those 3, which I'll probably end up getting like on Sunday if I can get them for cheap, you know, if I can find all 3. But yeah, like that's more or less what I'm looking for. Question 4 is, what panels are you looking forward to seeing this year? Now for me, again, it's kind of a similar thing with the guests. Like, usually I'm not too bothered about the panels. I like to, stay in the bar or go in the dealer room, that sort of thing. I'm not really a panel kind of person, but I will be attending Smuzzy and Fuse panel, like they're doing like a Q&A type thing. So I'd like to go and see that. I'm sure that'll be hilarious, because apparently they did one at Rollout Roll Call last year, but I didn't go to Rollout Roll Call, so I didn't see it, but apparently that was hilarious, so I would like to go and see that. Go and see Mark Ryan's panel, because as I said, I do like Mark Ryan's work, so I may go to his panel to see see kind of his background story and everything like that. And I will probably end up going to the third party panel, because at this point in time I am starting to get into third party figures more. I have quite a few in my detail, so I'd kind of like to see what releases might be coming up from different companies. That'll be a big thing for me. Next question, what are you apprehensive of for this year? For the most part, I don't think I'm that apprehensive of anything. The only thing really which is kind of consistent with all years really is about money. Like, if I can save up enough to get the different figures that I want. I'm doing not too bad with saving, but at the same time, it just depends on how much my travel costs are, and how much time I spend at the bar, and how much money I spend in the bar on drinks and food and whatever. So it all just depends on what I spend my money on in the next coming weeks, because we're only like 3 weeks away now. So it just depends really. Last question, what have you learnt from previous conventions? Now I think the biggest thing that I've learnt, the biggest kind of lesson that I've learnt from my previous conventions, whether that be the 2 auto assemblies I went to or the TFNation I went to last year, the biggest lesson is just to get stuck in with all the socialising and all the people. My first AA, I was terrified. I didn't know anyone. I knew people from YouTube and from the Facebook page, but I didn't really know anyone personally. I hadn't really been speaking to many of the people that long. Like, I'd only really just become part of that community, maybe less than a month before auto assembly. So now that I've got a couple of conventions under my belt, I'm now really realising that I should have just got stuck in from the start. Just get stuck in with all the people, go and speak to people. That was one of the things that I was terrified of the first year, and also partly the second year. But yes, that's the end of the questions. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care.